YouTube. Let me just double check my mic because I just remembered I had to actually unplug my mic a minute ago. All right, we are here. We are live, and we are ready for some NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series action here at, I'm not going to call it Echo Park Speedway. I know there's going to be a lot of people who probably want me to call it by its technical name, but we are going to be calling it Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you don't like that, well, go find a billionaire, because that's about the only people I think that really overly care about what a race is technically called, what a racetrack is technically called. But here we go. All right, we are set up and ready for this one. I took a long nap during most of the truck race just because I got home literally right about the same time it was getting ready to start. And, I was just way too tired and knew I was going to need some energy if we're going to be here for the entire O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race. So, here we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. We are chilling here. There we go. Truck race is pretty clean. Yeah, when I woke up in time to see the final, 5 laps or so. And I stayed awake long enough to see the start, so I knew it was going to be a timed race. I knew they were racing to a time to try and be able to clear it up for the CW and their TV window. A little annoyed with that, just because I feel like sliding the TV windows back shouldn't have been a big deal, but ultimately they got through 90% of the scheduled laps as is, so I'm not too worried about it. And we got an awesome finish where my guy Kyle Busch got the win, so even more reason why I will not be complaining about it. So, there we go. Welcome on in, though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, the cars are 2x2. We're going to be getting ready for a green flag here very shortly. We've also got a buddy who's down there working security. Who's working security for this event, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, he was keeping me updated on how the weather was looking. I mean, initially, when he first told me how bad it was raining here, I was like, oh, are we going to have triple header of racing tomorrow, which would be insane if we try and fit, I guess, trucks in before the Cup race and then O'Reilly Auto Parts following the Cup Series finish. I mean, that would be a very tightly packed schedule, but could at least in theory have worked, which I don't know about how much I like the idea of trying to go theoretical there. Birthday Boy Rhodes almost got it. Oh, nice. It was Ben Rhodes' birthday? Cool. Well, he had a great day regardless. There was no blocking that Kyle Busch run. And here we go. Pace cars off for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series second event on the season. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Yeah, Sam Mayer and Carson Kvapil on the front row. Friend of the channel, Carson Kvapil, I should say, as we did have him on the channel a summer ago. But here we go. Carson Kvapil getting a nice, good push here from Taylor Gray on the bottom. I'm kind of curious because, I was about to say that's a Ford on the top line, but no, that is a Haas factory team did switch back to Chevy for this season. But that is a Haas factory team duo on the top line versus a Toyota Chevy pairing on the bottom line. So, it still applies that you have teammates who are dedicated to helping each other on that top line versus Carson Kvapil on the bottom, who has now nobody, and a Toyota significantly far enough back that there's no help coming. And the two Haas factory team cars take the lead and are going to try and see if they can do the RCR thing where they control the entire field for the entire race. It's going to be tough to do that, but I'm not ruling it out. That certainly is a possibility. Speaking of the RCR guys, Austin Hill had a pretty poor qualifying day and is going to have to run his way up through the field to try and get back into contention here. I believe he qualified back in about 20th. He's already up to 11th. Okay, so he is absolutely coming with a head of steam. The other RCR car is Jesse Love in 8th place. The rest of the yeah, say the rest of the field all looking for pretty much their first ever win here at this track in 99% of their situations, because Austin Hill and Jesse Love, I believe, have hogged almost every, or Austin Hill and whoever's been in the 2 car have hogged up pretty much every win in the new Atlanta era. So Austin Hill is locked on the bottom line, though, in with cars in front of him and to his outside, so he doesn't really have a whole lot of room to go anyway. Places, and oh, yep, there it is, big crash. Oh no, our boy Kyle Sieg. Both Sieg brothers involved. Yeah, early wrecking 2 weeks in a row, and yeah, both Sieg brothers involved. Say Blaine Perkins in the 31, also another car involved in this. There were a lot of cars. We'll get to figuring out who all was involved in this one. I just know I saw Kyle Sieg and Ryan Sieg both involved. But yeah, Ryan Sieg's already out of the car. All right, let's see the replay, see what actually happened here. All right, so here we go. We got Corey Day and the one of Carson Kvapil, 2 teammates here, side by side through 3. Yeah, let's see. Corey Day on the outside, Kvapil on the inside. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, Corey Day further back. Sorry. I was mixing up the Hendrick Cars schemes out there. Yeah, that was Corey Day 100%. So yeah, Corey Day just middle of 3 wide there with the 19 of Ruggiero. Yeah, ends up spinning out the 39, which ends up collecting the 28, the 24, the 31, and one other car in there that I did not get the number of. But literally happening right in front of Austin Hill. He scrapes by there. The other car involved looks like maybe the 20. And actually, I think his smoke might have purely been from the brakes walking up here. And I say, that was an incredible avoid if he did end up avoiding damage in that one. Which, again, he was just hard on the brakes. And there we go. Thumbs up to the crowd, to the hometown crowd there for Ryan Sieg. Oh, there we go. Yep, our contact over at at Sieg at RSS is absolutely livid after that one. Ugh. All right, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. But yeah, the truck race was pretty good. All right, we got 8 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's decided to portion of your very valuable Saturday afternoon here with us. We are getting ready to go. We just now get the race tracker up. There we go. Got it recentered. Don't even need to double check it. But out of my OCD for making sure things are actually perfect or as close to perfect as possible for you guys, I always like to double check, and we nailed it as per usual. All right, so there we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Go. Alright, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Man, I'm just still trying to get my bearings again. I literally threw together this stream in like 5 minutes. Honestly, may have been less than that. But yeah, we are all set up here. Going through everything, making sure everything is perfect. I do have a side project that I will be trying to get done. All right, there we go. All right, they're coming back from commercial break here. We are still under a caution flag. You guys have not missed a single moment of the action. We are getting ready for this one. Yeah, there they go, towing the 39 car back through the garage area. All right, there we go. There you go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, audio levels are good, everybody, right? Okay, just want to make, they're just trying to make sure. Again, just watching this clip again, and yeah. All right, I still cannot figure out who this blue Chevy is further back. Looks like, is that Staropoli, maybe? Possibly 48 being the other car that may or may not have gotten a piece of it. Yeah, that is Patrick Staropoli, the car that I saw dragging their brakes heavily. So it is Patrick Staropoli, and yeah, we are. And say the caution flag is still going on. This one's gonna take a minute to clean up, and yeah. Yep, there we go. Patrick Staropoli. They just finally put it on the. So Harrison Burton, Kyle Sieg, Blaine Perkins, Ryan Sieg, and Patrick Staropoli are all probably all the very least have significant damage, if not taken straight out of the race. Again, the only exception there is Staropoli may have escaped without a ton. And the other name on that list, Corey Day, he triggered the crash, but actually didn't get much damage from it. As typically the one that started usually will avoid most of it. So there we go. All right, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and skip around to ads, and yeah, we'll just keep on chatting it out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Actually, did see a basketball radio broadcaster actually explaining the difference online earlier today about the difference between commentating radio style, like what I try to do, And with the TV, where when you're doing a TV broadcast, where essentially what you're saying is enhancing the visual experience. Well, I'll say exactly what I said in my private group chat when I mentioned it. It was just Corey Day being being dumb, which as a rookie is kind of expected. Which again, fair. All credit should be given. He is a rookie at this level, so rookie mistakes totally are something we should be expecting. So yeah, there we go. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Second, gotta get something to help win an argument here. All right, again, they're showing the replay of the crash again. All right, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, there we go. Hey, Trev, how's it going? Wild Wreck. Thought he had it with the run, and the door got closed. A rookie mistake took out an entire team. No, I don't think the 38 wasn't in there. So I think the RSS still has the 38 car in the field. If I'm Corey Day, I thought he had it with the run, then the door got closed. That is just an error. Again, it's one of those things, speaking from the experience of having seen a lot of races at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Green flags out. We are back to racing. Having seen a lot of races at Atlanta Motor Speedway, having logged laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway in iRacing, almost every simulation and every race I've seen, it always gets tight off of turn 4. And that's just one of those things that, again, comes with experience, which, again, Corey Day at the moment doesn't have a whole lot of it to lean back on. I don't remember if he did. I don't remember what he did for races at Atlanta previously, prior to coming in here. I don't know if ARCA or if the Xfinity Series last year did any, but we got some smoke coming off of one of the cars, possibly. Yeah, smoke coming out of the front tire well here for Sam Mayer. Yeah, 4 laps into the race, it's one of those where you probably don't need to force the issue, and again, most veterans would know that that probably isn't going to work out. But something to keep an eye on. Speaking of something to keep an eye on, yeah, Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer with a bit of a tire rub there. Not sure if that was when they first took the green flag here on the restart, but yeah, Taylor Gray just up into the 41 and has led to a potential tire rub here for them. So there we go. All right, but yeah, side by side, down into turns 3 and 4. You've got the 54 and the 41, door to door, wheel to wheel. Again, Sam Mayer does have his teammate in the 41 of Sheldon Creed. Meanwhile, the bottom line, you've got Taylor Gray and Carson Kvapil, two drivers with opposite manufacturers. So, again, not expecting a whole lot of work from a whole lot of experience there. All right, but yeah, welcome on in. We got 10 people popping on in here. Again, these two at the front of the field still locked door to door, side to side. Want to see the spotter for the 70, for the 17 and the 88. Yeah. Well, again, that was my confusion. I was initially looking at the wrong Hendrick Cars machine when I was looking for what caused the start of this wreck. But yeah, again, it very much reminds me of the 4 and the 14 from that one Pocono race back in, I believe it was 2018, when Clint Boyer and Harvick were both running the Busch Light schemes, so they had to put Hunter's Orange on the lid of on the for the roof number of Boyer's car, so that the spotter could tell them apart. Which for 14 and the 4 car, that is really annoying. There was also the RCR cars when they back in 2017. They both did throwbacks to the yellow and blue Dale Earnhardt Sr. car at in the same year. So you had the 3 and the 31 running very similar paint schemes. Can't imagine that was great for Dillon and Newman, but Corey Day now getting just shuffled to the middle here, and he is going to be going back. Meanwhile, the front of the field has kind of settled out a little bit. It looks like Mayer might be finally getting a nose over Gray. And a good push here from the 88 is actually going to get all 3 of them clear. The 41, the 00, and the 88 clear of the inside line. And Taylor Gray immediately abandons ship on the bottom and jumps up into a line in the outside line there. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying it makes it perfectly easy, but it is a lot of the times these are planned things that they do specifically for the spotters. Because, these spotters need to be able to tell the difference between their cars. And here we go, the 32 of, is that green or is that, who is in the 32? 32. Looking for car 32. That is Ross Chastain. Oh, Ross the Boss Chastain. Yeah, making some moves here in the Jordan Anderson number 8. In the Jordan Anderson number 32 there. All right, so here we go again. Right now we got the one car of Kvapil, really the only car still committed to the bottom of the racetrack. The rest of them have moved upwards here. And my guess is that Kvapil would love to get in line somewhere in that outside line. But at the moment, that line, so he might be running the Arby's car, but that line is looking more like a Chick-fil-A drive-thru line. So yeah, again, right now though, Mayer, Creed, Caruth at the front of the field have all gotten kind of single filed out. Carson Kvapil continuing to lose spots here as he's dropping further and further back. Just watched the 99 of Parker Retzloff pass him. Gotta remind myself sometimes of who's in what cars because there's been quite a bit of turnover year to year. Alright, so there we go. Alright, There we go. Now the number 25 car here jumping to the bottom of the racetrack. I believe that's Nick Sanchez. Yeah, that is Nick Sanchez there. And Anthony Alfredo jumps down onto pit road. With only 45 lap stage here, I'm kind of curious as to what he's doing down there. I guess they're saying might have had a tire going down. Yep, and here we go. He's going to pit. And they're going to go ahead and change 4 tires here, it looks like, on Anthony Alfredo's car. But that's going to leave him at least a lap and a half, 2 laps down easily here. Okay, they did finally fix the 25's number font in the app. I haven't actually gone and looked at it. But yeah, that number font last week was absurd. Alright, there we go. We're just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And here we go. Sam Mayer dropping back a couple of spots. I don't know if maybe with the flat tire, if he was getting a little bit worried. But here comes the freight train and the juggernaut on the bottom of the racetrack. RCR, the 2 and the 21 have gotten linked up and have stormed their way to the front of the field, and they are coming in, and they are going to take what they want here, which is going to be the lead of the race at this point. Again, Sheldon Creed here holding on to the lead at the moment, but again, Jesse Love, Austin Hill, these 2 cars have been close to unbeatable at these types of racetracks. And yeah, it's going to be a really rough day if they try and compete with them. And flat tire on the 41. Yep, there it goes. The tire goes down for car 41. He's now scraping the pavement and try and see if he can get to pit road if he can. But yeah, we'll also talk about the starting lineup for tomorrow's race as qualifying was ranked out. But again, right now we've got ourselves a pretty good battle at the front of the field, though. Jesse Love basically by himself because Austin Hill kind of abandoned him on the bottom there. 3 wide to the bottom goes the 88. The 88 out of absolutely nowhere. Dives to the bottom of the racetrack. Takes the lead on a 3 wide move for the lead. Rajah Caruth takes the lead at Atlanta Motor Speedway in only his second full-time start here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Newly promoted, he'll be racing for Rookie of the Year this year. The 41 does finally make it back to his pit stall and to the attention of his crew. And Jesse Love starting to put his nose out ahead of Rajah Caruth. Looks like Love will be able to clear for the lead. Now the question is, can Austin Hill go ahead and take that one from his teammate? Again, good side draft there from Austin Hill, helping get Love clear of the 88 even more. And yeah, Jesse Love through 3 and 4. Oh no, here comes Rajah Caruth. Battles back on the inside. Rajah Caruth maintains the lead for a brief moment. A great move there by Rajah Caruth to try and hold the lead. It's a diving move shortly before the start-finish line. But the problem is, I don't think those types of moves are overly sustainable. The 2 of Jesse Love is getting a great push from the 00 of Sheldon Creed. And I believe that outside line is just gonna let Jesse Love just roll right on through. Race leader Jesse Love. Caruth said no. No, you 2 are not gonna do this again and wait for it. Yep. Well, again, you kind of have to send it, and he isn't, at least for right now. Rajah is creating a physical barrier between the 21 and the 2. Problem is, the 2 is good enough on his own to just take whatever help he can get from the rest of the 500 Chevys in this field. And, yeah, jump out to a lead here. Parker Rutzloff up into the top 5. Big shout out to Parker Rutzloff. And, yeah, they're going to show the replay here of the, tire going down for Sam Mayer. Yeah, Sam Mayer trying to signal that, hey, I need to get down, I need to get to the bottom there, and yeah, ends up having to scrape that car for about half a lap. But again, Jesse Love out in front of the field. He's got Sheldon Creed behind him, giving some good assistance. Austin Hill, at least for the moment, has kind of been neutralized as he's fallen a little bit further back and doesn't really have a ton of help on the bottom. Problem is, Austin Hill hasn't historically needed much help to make moves happen at drafting tracks. So there we go. Austin Hill jumps up into the outside line and will at least ride there for a moment. Probably going to try and see if he can build a run to then take it, 2 or even 3 wide on the cars in front of him. Speaking of 3 wide, Parker Retzloff looking for second here. Parker Retzloff, car 99, to the middle of 3 wide here. Splits the 00 and the 88 and forms an inside line, kind of shuffling the 00 out of line here. Yeah, gets a couple of cars through, and now it looks like that kind of outer lane kind of just shuffled right back to the outside with Sheldon Creed to avoid Creed losing too many spots. Good run here for the 88 on the bottom of the racetrack. The 88 looking for that lead spot. Not going to be able to get there. No help on the bottom. Definitely not helping out Rajah Cruz's case. If he had just 1 or 2 decent helpers on the bottom, I think Caruth might actually have a shot at taking this lead back, but at least at the moment, his help is still a ways back, so we'll have to wait and see what happens when we get a little bit further along here. This race, though, going pretty well so far. And again, Austin Hill way up the track this time, losing multiple spots here. I'd almost question if there's an issue there on the 21 car. 37 laps into this stage, you're too far in to probably, let's say, is he going to try and... Oh, yeah, hand out the window for the 21. I think maybe he thinks he's got a tire going down or something. Oh, no, or was he just signaling? Oh, no, he had a car that was inside. I was going to say, was he signaling that he needed to get to pit road? Because he missed the pit road window. Yeah, nope. Staying on the racetrack, at least for now, for Austin Hill. We'll have to wait and see when he gets clear. But, yeah, again, Austin Hill in a very interesting spot here. 8 laps to go. Jesse Love out in front of the field. Parker Retzloff, Taylor Gray, the top 3. Rajah Caruth and Justin Allgaier up into the top 5. Justin Allgaier, we hadn't called his name all night, but now Allgaier has made it to the front of the field and is a different colored paint scheme than he's used to there. Oh, okay, yep. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. Yeah, the side draft of the 7 got the 21 entirely out of shape. So, say honestly, pretty impressive that the 21 didn't lose the car and wreck there. But yeah, so the 21 going to try and gather himself back up and see if he can run back up through the field. But the problem is, again, nobody really wants to help that 21 too much because they know if you help that 21 just a little bit, he's going to take off running. All right, so officially out of the race, 24, 31, 28, and 39. All right, so there we go. And say riding on board with the Jeb Burton State Water Heaters car. This is a car I'm fairly interested in. All right, we got 5 laps to go on the stage. 5 more times around here for the race leaders. And we'll see. Jeb Burton actually just took the fastest lap of the day so far. All right, nice. Good job for him. He's got a pretty fast hot rod, apparently. But again, I'm kind of curious to see what these junior motorsports cars in the 88 and the 7 might try here as we get down towards the end of the stage. Obviously, there's a lot of Chevys at the front of the field by virtue of the fact that there are a lot of Chevys. Now, the 25 font, at least for me, is still the same 25 font on the app. It's definitely the 25. It's not the 26, but it is an awful font for trying to read. Trying to read the number on it. Say way worse than the font that they have on the CW broadcast. The CW broadcast one, I can actually read that one from miles away. But yeah, here we go. Here comes Rajah Caruth, pops out of line to the bottom of the racetrack, but no help for the 88. The 88 gonna have to try and survive here on side drafting. Gonna be looking for some teammate help here. A hole big enough for him to fit up into appears after he goes for the side draft, and he's able to jump up in line just ahead of Taylor Gray. And there we go. They get single filed out. Going by a lap car here, which, again, the fact that the entire field's all in one single file line around the outside of the racetrack with 2 laps to go makes this fairly easy for them all to sneak on by. The 25 of Nick Sanchez, the only car who's ventured down to the bottom of the racetrack, but it looks like he is going to be looking to try and get back up in the outside line. Carson Kvapil, though, shuts that door on him as they take 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go here in stage number 1 as we're making our way through this one. Jesse Love out in front of the field. Parker Retzloff to second. Here comes Rajah Caruth. Caruth and Allgaier to the bottom of the racetrack. Jesse Love down to block. Again, there is no organization here. That top line is more organized, but I don't know if they're going to have the energy to make something happen here. Off of turn 4, looking at the green and white checkered flag. It's Retzloff on top, but nobody's getting love. Jesse Love wins stage number 1. Rajah Caruth comes home second. Third, Retzloff. Fourth, Taylor Gray. And rounding out your top 5, Justin Allgaier. Sheldon Creed, Carson Kvapil, Nick Sanchez, Jeremy Clements, and Ross Chastain, the other drivers earning some of those valuable stage points here in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. So there we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. There we go. We got 9 people hopping on in here for that. There we go. Alright, again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, now's a good chance for me to try and work on the other thing I need to get done today. Alright, there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright. I am going to pop out a chat window so I can hopefully at least read some of the chat. Let's go ahead and skip around ads. But yeah, we are chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. That is starting to run just a little bit hot. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But at least at the moment, we got the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series tonight. Then we go into the Cup Series tomorrow. And then we go back to the drawing board and we do it all again at the following weekend, which will be our first road course of the season. We got Circuit of the Americas for the O'Reilly Auto Parts and NASCAR Cup Series. The Truck Series will be racing at the streets of St. Petersburg, which, considering the fact that race I believe is at noon on a Saturday, I will not be able to do that one. Truck Series, my coverage for that is going to be a little bit more sporadic based upon what time they end up racing and if it's a Saturday or a Friday. So trucks truck Saturday at noon. Yet that's not going to happen, unfortunately. But 3 p.m. on Saturday for the Circuit of the Americas, I should be able to do that one, and Sunday for the Cup Series, I'm definitely going to be able to do that one. What about the IndyCar season opener? Noon on Sunday. I can do that one. You guys want to see some IndyCar coverage? for their season opener. And I feel like I do try and do a couple of IndyCar races throughout the year. Indy 500 being one of those that I try and do most years. So, all right, I'm actually gonna have to go use the bathroom, and we'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and just play a quick round of ads, but yeah, again, is the IndyCar season opener at St. Petersburg, noon a week from Sunday. All right, we are back, and they are rolling down pit road here as we are getting ready to go right there. We got pit stops here. Will you do the Phoenix double header? All right. That was just something I'd been actually keeping tabs on because they hadn't actually announced the starting time for St. Pete or for the Phoenix doubleheader for a while. But yes, that is a 3 p.m. Saturday race. We will absolutely be doing. We'll be doing Phoenix IndyCar, Phoenix Xfinity, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Rajah Caruth is hanging pretty close to the back of that pit box. I mean, technically, I don't think the fuel guy is standing outside the pit box. That might be considered servicing the car outside the pit box. So we might be looking at a penalty here on the 88. 1 second. That could be a big change here. Taylor Gray up 2 spots. Allgaier up 2. Creed up 2. Rajah Caruth loses 3 spots. He might be losing a bunch more, though, from that one. Quapple up 1 spot. And, whoa! No! yikes! The 54 of Taylor Gray nearly takes out his own tire guy after the tire got away and the tire guy tried to cross back in front of the car. Yep, as a he should now what his crew guy should have done is stay on the far side of that pit box uh, until the car left, because he knew how close they were to leaving when he went out there to go fetch the tire. Now maybe he still ends up in the way, but at least then you aren't doubling back in front of a car that you know is about to leave the pit box. But yeah, as I said though, we'll be doing we'll do the IndyCar race at Phoenix, the the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race at Phoenix, and the Cup race at Phoenix. 3 races at Phoenix, 1 weekend, and yes, we'll be covering all that. So there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. We are looking golden here. All right, there we go. They go to commercial break. Again, we are under caution flag, so you guys are not going to miss a thing. All right, there we go. All right, there we go.
I have only one.
Oh, all right, we got. All right, so Finley got the bronze medal at the hockey for the Olympics. All right, here we go. All right, so we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, let's see sub count. We still sitting pretty at our existing sub count. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, swap over to my main account. All right, we're still sitting pretty at 3305 on the subscriber count, and we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, there we go. They're coming back for commercial break. We'll be getting set here for this one. Again, I'm not certain that that's a penalty for Rajah. Again, as the actual service that was happening technically inside the pit box, but the car itself was not. Doubled up. We are going to be getting ready to go back racing here shortly. We will be, all right, made a little bit of progress on that at least. All right, let's lock back in here and get ready for this one. Skip around ads. And here we go. All right, 9 laps into the stage. Again, 45 laps for stage 1, 45 laps for stage 2. How we ran more caution laps during the stage break than we did during that big wreck in stage 1. These stage cautions feel like they go on way too long. Here we go. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. And let's see. Echo Park Automotive. Here we go again. Down into turn 1. You got Sheldon Creed and Jesse Love on the front row here. Again, Jesse Love up top. Not getting a lot of help from, I believe, is that Allgaier behind him? And hard to tell sometimes with some of these paint schemes looking similar. There's, okay, yes, that is Allgaier behind Love. Carson Quapple gets loose there on the bottom, trying to push the 00 of Creed. Caruth was allowed to keep his spot, so I guess whatever they did must have been within the rules, so I may not agree with it, but I don't have to agree. It's not my decision. So there we go. They shouldn't count the laps during stage breaks, in my opinion. I would love it if they didn't count the laps during stage breaks. I think you'd, especially at the truck and O'Reilly Auto Parts levels, I feel like with how short the segments are already, it ends up making the stages feel even shorter. And makes you feel like you're getting less and less green flag racing in them. Like, because like what we had 7 laps of yellow there, so 7 laps of yellow in out of a 45 lap stage. I mean that is, I mean that's not far off from being a sixth of the total race distance in the stage. That was insane. And again, it's nothing. It's not like it's an absurd length to the cautions necessarily in terms of laps run. It's just the fact that you're guaranteed to lose 5, 6, 7 laps off of every stage. With the stage specifically for stage 2, but it will also affect stage 2 into the race. So yeah, it's one of those interesting situations that. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever really make that change, but I'd be curious to see how it went if they did try it. So here we go. Let's see. Joey Gase is now out of the race. Update though. Anthony Alfredo is 3 laps down after his pit stop earlier, and Sam Mayer is 2 laps down after his issues earlier in the race as well. So a couple of different things. We got Austin Hill on the top side here trying to make something happen. He's in behind probably the only guy more wild on these super speedways than Austin Hill is, which is Ross Chastain. But the two of them linked up together on the top line, looking to try and see which way they can try and make some passes. To the bottom of the racetrack goes Austin Hill. Austin Hill looking to the back of the race. Looking in the back half of the field, going to the bottom. Similarly, at the same time, the front of the field, Jesse Love goes down to the bottom of the track to try and block the advancement of Carson Quapple before going right back up to the top to block Sheldon Creed. And now, again, Quapple trying to hang on to that spot on the bottom line. He's now door to door with Allgaier for third. Now he's sliding back to where he's now battling side by side with the 88 for fourth, and now he's nearly battling with the 20 for the 5th spot. He is going to jump up in line though to secure 5th place ahead of the 20. Just jumping up out of line there and leaving Corey Day as the kind of lone soldier on the bottom line. It is really interesting at Atlanta to watch just kind of that top line be so dominant. So yeah, there we go. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Not good. All right. I hope this race gets done sooner rather than later, but I'll probably I'll probably have to make a phone call during the stage 2 break. Track needs more age to it. Well, say the thing is, you can't really speed up the aging process, but doesn't fresh don't freshly repaved tracks usually kind of favor the bottom of the racetrack usually, and usually age is what starts to make tracks favor the outside line. I mean, Kansas, one of those tracks where the outside line works really well, has some really old pavement. Chicagoland in the past has had some of the oldest pavement on the circuit, has had the most variability versus being stuck around the bottom. So I don't know. I think maybe I don't know what you do in in this situation. Again, the bottom line, it's not like it's been unusable tonight. One, you just haven't had a lot of people looking to commit to it at the same time, and two, um, you've had the top line has been slightly better here. But here we go. Sheldon Creed with a good run off the top side. Going to get around Jesse Love and Sheldon Creed to the lead of the race. So Sheldon Creed to the lead here. Chastain and Hill side by side. They are actually 3 wide with Corey Day. The most insane 3 wide you could ever find there. Because between Corey Day, Chastain, and Hill, quite literally, yeah, say those 3 guys are 3 of the most insane drivers to end up 3 wide with. And that battle is for. Oh, was that not? Was that not him? Hard to tell, but yeah, I'm gonna say I'm thinking maybe that wasn't Day. Because yeah, Day's inside the top 10, and those guys definitely weren't. But again, Jesse Love continuing to try and make that bottom work. He's got Sammy Smith down on the bottom trying to help him out here. Problem is he's got three Junior Motorsports teammates on that outside line, so Sammy Smith won't be super apt to try and help out the 2 of Jesse Love. And you've got 3 teammates organized right on the back bumper of Sheldon Creed here, which for Sheldon Creed would be a little bit worrying there because he has a history of not winning races, and now he's got a very easy way to not win this one. Although it's a long way from the end of the race, we still got about half a stage to go. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Again, side-by-side commercial break. We managed to avoid a full screen commercial break, and then we get a quick replay to show what happened with the yeah, there we go, the move that Sheldon Creed made to go ahead and jump to the inside, past the 2, take the lead away from the 2, and then the 2 tried to make the same type of move to the bottom of the racetrack and just couldn't get it back. There we go. Jesse Love jumps back up in the line, trying to get a little bit of a push here from the Junior Motorsports trio there. Getting a nose out ahead here for a moment, but say it's going to be an interesting one as we get closer and closer here to the end of this race, or to the end of this stage, to see how much help Jesse Love is going to have. Again, Jesse Love hasn't been quite as much of a thorn in everybody's side as top 10 is completely full of Hendrick affiliated cars. Not quite. Brandon Jones, former Junior Motorsports guy, but Giovanni Ruggiero has never been a junior. Has no junior connection as far as I'm aware. The rest, yeah, there is a lot of Junior Motorsports affiliation. Jesse Love and Sheldon Creed. I don't know if they have any Junior Motorsports affiliation outside of being Chevy affiliated. All right, so here we go. Here comes Justin Allgaier to jump to the bottom of the racetrack. There we go. Justin Allgaier looking for the lead. Going door to door, side by side. And Justin Allgaier leads at the line. Just by a hair. And now we got Rajah Caruth jumping down in front of, getting to the front here. Rajah Caruth now out in front of the field. I don't know if they're, I guess, again, the question is, what do you mean by affiliated? If you mean, like, if you're talking technical alliance, I don't know if they have a technical alliance with Junior Motorsports. Say I could see them having an RCR tech alliance, and we got a flat tire for Giovanni Ruggiero. Giovanni Ruggiero. With a flat tire, we stay green here as we have throughout this one. But 3 Junior Motorsports cars right near the front of the field. Sheldon Creed kind of mixed in with them. Then you've got the 17 of Corey Day, who's also starting to impress here. But RCR, I'm almost certain, is not directly a technical alliance partner with Junior Motorsports. I believe the two of them are separate. They do collaborate on the engine department as ECR, Earnhardt Childress Motors did merge with the Hendrick engine shop to try and produce better Chevy engines back in 2020. Following the 2020 season, they announced that for both the Cup and at the time Xfinity Series levels. But I don't think there's an official technical alliance there. And then you've got the Haas Factory team, which I flat out will admit I have no idea if that's a technical alliance or not. But Sheldon Creed jumps out to the lead there for a brief moment, but then the Rajah Caruth comes storming back on the top and takes that lead right back. So, again, Sheldon Creed on the bottom of the racetrack. Not a lot of help down there trying to make something happen, but at least as of right now, it's a very interesting situation. And now you have a got a line out the door here with Chevys at the front of the field. The only non-Chevy in the top 10 is Brandon Jones in 6th. As they go to commercial break, Sheldon Creed is able to lead a lap there amidst the chaos. But again, right now, there's just so much Chevy power at the front that it is hard to distinguish here as to where this next run could come from. If the one car is able to get into that outside line with his 3 teammates, Sheldon Creed might have a really tough time here. Sheldon Creed, though, going to try and jump up in line in front of the 7 and the 7 and the 17 there for Junior Motorsports and Hendrick Motorsports there. So there we go. Looks like they might be cycling Sheldon Creed a little bit further back, and that is not going to be a good sign here. Getting 4 JRM affiliated getting the 4 JRM cars. 1, 2, 3, 4 here in the front line. It is going to be an interesting one to watch. And there's going to be some other drivers that might be able to try and get caught back up. Again, Sammy Smith, I'm sure, would love to pass Sheldon Creed to make it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Junior Motorsports. For essentially full-on Junior Motorsports cars, because let's be honest, that Hendrick car is essentially a Junior Motorsports car. Full stop. But yeah, again, 35 out of 45, so we got 10 laps to go. 10 to go in the stage. 10 to go in the stage, making some good progress through this one. Alright, there we go. The Oh, the 21 and the 2 did find each other. Oh, yeah, there they are. The 21 and the 2. Yep, they did get lined up together, and that is going to be a terrifying sight for the rest of the field. Now, again, if Sheldon Creed does work with the other Junior Motorsports cars here, that could be and say 6 cars are better than 2 in theory, but again, Austin Hill and Jesse Love are not your average cars to have to compare up against. All right, so here we go again. Rajah Caruth leading with 8 laps to go in the stage. Can the 2 RCR cars jump all the way back up there in this short time frame? Man, Jeb Burton with a really big save there off the nose of, I believe that was Retzlaff. All right, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, so again, Jeb Burton making some progress there. They're lapping, I believe that was Cody Ware, maybe? I saw CO Ware, so I believe that is Cody Ware in the 30 car today, not Carson. Not really sure where Carson's at the moment, but there we go. Again, Saturday is next Saturday. We have Circuit of the Americas. Should be a fun one. And we got both Cup and O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Should be a fantastic event. All right, here we go. Austin Hill. 5 laps to go. He's got a long ways to go, though. I know these RCR cars are kind of like magic and are able to just pop out of nowhere, but if I'm Austin Hill, I'm getting at least a little anxious. Like, hey, we got to find a way to get this thing going here soon if we want to win this stage. Now, maybe we don't care about winning the stage. Maybe we'll let them have the stages. We'll take the race. Yeah, but again, so far you still have a shot to completely lock out the. You still have a chance to completely lock out the stages if you can get one of your 2 cars into the lead of the stage. Jesse Love did win that first stage, but only 3.5 laps to go here off of turn 4. Austin Hill coming to the line, 3 laps to go. 3 to go here. Austin Hill, Jesse Love both kind of just pinned up in their current positions. Not able to do much at the current moment. Meanwhile, there is a Junior Motorsports machine at the front of the field. Yeah, you won the battle but didn't win the war mindset. Yeah, exactly. Again, they could very well go in with that mindset, but typically they go ahead and just win all aspects of the race. Complete obliteration, annihilation, whichever term for I'm gonna destroy you you prefer. But yeah, again, RCR though not really in a great spot here with only 2 laps to go. Austin Hill would have to make an insane move here, and it would have to come into turn 3 here. Down to the bottom of the racetrack goes Austin Hill. He's gonna try and go for it. He's got a lap and a half to go. Can Austin Hill make the magical come from the back to try and win this second stage? It is going to be a long run here and only 1 lap to do it. To the bottom of the racetrack, Brandon Jones jumps down in front of him to try and gather that run. Hill looks high, tries to fake him out high, goes down to the bottom. Here comes the 1 car of Carson Quapple. 1 lap to go, 1 set of corners to go off of turn number 4. Rajah Caruth playing some defense here. It's going to be Rajah Caruth over Allgaier for the stage. Meanwhile, Carson Quapple, valiant effort, comes home in the 3rd position. Corey Day comes home 4th. Brandon Jones able to sneak up into that top 5. Sammy Smith 6th. 7th, Austin Hill. Yeah, 8th will be Parker Retzloff. 9th, Sheldon Creed and Jesse Love. Still getting a singular stage point there in the 10th position. So there we go. Hey, Dave, how's it going? But yeah, so again, Austin Hill went for it. Problem is, everybody else was kind of trying to. Everybody else kind of knew, hey, we got to get in this guy's way. And ultimately, it worked. They were able to slow him up just enough to halt his progress, and he ended up coming up just short of the finish. So there we go. Yeah. Uh, well, again, he knew if he didn't go for it at that moment, he was gonna lose. He wasn't gonna have enough time. So he didn't have time to wait for the two to get clear. He knew he just had to go for it, and he went for it. I'm sure the two of them will get paired right back up on this restart as soon as they can. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, again, they're a commercial break. You're not missing anything here. But yeah, that truck race, the finish of that truck race was a ton of fun. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Cup Series here, because I have not actually looked at the Cup Series starting lineup yet. I know the pole sitter. That's all I know. Nope, not entry list. Looking for qualifying results. All right, we got what is it? 38 cars. All right. We got Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, the front two. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. third. Fourth will be Chase Elliott. Fifth, Brad Keselowski. That's not bad. All right. We like some Brad Keselowski here. I said they didn't put Hill into more cup races at the super speedways. He's got sponsorship. I don't know what's holding them back. Well, Austin Hill's personality and tendency to get overly retaliatory. I mean, the fact that he literally last summer had to serve a suspension after right hooking Eric Almirola into the wall at Indianapolis, and then proceeded to cause a massive wreck at Watkins Glen, his first race back from suspension. Some of those problems might be part of why he doesn't get more cup opportunities. Just a thought process there. I mean, I know sponsorship can go a long ways, but something about that whole situation, again, the fact that he was literally within the last year penalized for that. But yeah, so Zane Smith 6th, 7th Chris Buescher, 8th Riley Herbst, 9th Bubba Wallace. So all three of the 2311 cars are going to start inside the top 10. And Josh Berry, let's see. William Byron 13th, Kyle Busch 14th, Hocevar 15th, Kyle Larson in 16th. Michael McDowell and Allmendinger starting 20th and 19th respectively. Chastain 21st, 22nd for Blaney. Ty Gibbs will start 25th. Ryan Preece 26th. SVG will start 28th on the grid at Atlanta. 29th will be Denny Hamlin. Connor Zilic rolls off from the 31st position. Christopher Bell 32nd. 34th for Chase Briscoe. And Alex Bowman will roll off 36th. So, yeah, it's a pretty deep. It's going to be a deep field all Cup Series season because I feel like every chartered car pretty much. Yep. As I feel like outside of again maybe two examples, I feel like almost like outside of just, and I mean no offense to any of these drivers by saying this, but outside of Riley Herbst, Ty Dillon and Cody Ware. I feel like almost every competitive Cup Series seat, or each one of the chartered seats, has a very legitimate driver who, on any given weekend, you wouldn't really be overly surprised to see them winning this thing. Let's say the 17 of Corey Day getting really close to the back bumper of that one car. Okay, I was about to say, I'm a little worried if the one car tries to pull off to a pit box here, he might get spun out by his pseudo teammate there in the 17. But the one of Carson Kvapil finds his pit box, no problem. Justin Allgaier already made his pit stop and is away with the with 4 fresh tires here. The one car of Kvapil gets out as well, and we got a bit of a strategy move here by the 18 of Ruggiero, I believe. We got Carson Kvapil Parker Retzloff jumping up 6 spots. Sorry, my bad. I saw the +6, but then I read the name underneath it. So, Parker Retzloff jumping up a bunch of spots. All right, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right. One second. I will be right back, guys. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was an extreme overreaction from everybody. Again, I mean, it's no different than, like, for example, at least in my mind, it's no different than, just as an example, when Bo Nix goes and is babysitting Sean Payton's kids for him. Again, they have a professional relationship, and the guy is responsible about it, and was trying to help the kid get a bag of ice out from his back. Yeah, it was entirely an overreaction there. There we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hope. Oh, yep. Oh, sorry. I looked up and then saw the replay of the guy getting run over, but say at least instantly I didn't kind of put it together that was a replay. But yeah, they're talking with the guy, Alex Morgan, the front tire carrier that went out there to go ahead and catch it. But yeah, there we go. Yep. Yeah, I was seeing they were just talking with him, and yeah, again, these guys do take hits like that, but man, you always got to be a little worried for him when you see a hit like that. So there we go. Checked, released, and he's back over on the in the pit box, ready to do his job some more. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, 66 laps to go. And here we go, getting ready for this starting for the top bottom here. It looks like it's going to be top for Sawalich and Retzloff. Then we go Carson Quapple, Corey Day to the bottom. Raja Caruth, Sammy Smith choosing the outside line rather than lining up behind their corporate teammates. Weird. Then Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, and Jeb Burton will fill out the bottom line, while Taylor Gray will take the 5th spot on the outside line. Again, just a little bit odd. Yeah, well, again, the pit crew, the athleticism of the pit crew can, when it comes to jumping over that wall, I mean, it matters a ton how athletic your pit crew is. I mean, I know that a lot of the times they get the comparison to being the kicker of the team that only comes in, the special teams unit, but yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. All right, here we go. Here we go. Nine people hanging out in chat. We are as the lights are off on the pace car. We'll be getting that green flag this time by, and it's going to be William Sawalich versus Carson Quapple on that start, battling it out for the lead of the race. Again, Quapple and Allgaier together on the bottom line, along with Corey Day. I'm again very surprised that we didn't see at least one, if not both, of the other junior motorsports cars choose the inside line when it was essentially even keeled with the inside line there. Might have been a slight advantage to choosing one over the other, but yeah, here we go. Yeah, that inside line, though, as expected, those three Hendrick affiliated cars, Hendrick Junior Motorsports affiliated cars, jump out to a massive lead here. The 1, the 7, the 17. You've got Quapple, you got Allgaier, you got Day. All three clear in front of the field. William Sawalich will hold on to that 4th spot as he was the leader of the outside line. But there is a clear difference in the organization between those 3 guys on the bottom line and the rest of the field because, those junior motorsports cars were very well organized. Yes, I did hear about the JGR lawsuit. The biggest thing I can say about it, with any level of certainty at this point, is that it definitely seems like Chris Gabehart, one of the smartest crew chiefs in the business, might not be the smartest guy around. I mean, having a folder labeled your new team's name on your that you have synced with your Joe Gibbs Racing Company laptop, maybe not the best of choices, especially when you start putting in that folder setup data and lap time comparisons between the two drivers from the two teams. Yeah. If you were trying to be sneaky about it, or if you thought you were doing something wrong, maybe cover your tracks. Oh, I don't know. At all? But yeah, it's really dumb, and unfortunately, I think it's going to come down to whether or not Spire wants to help Gabe Hart out of this, or if they're just going to abandon him at this point. But it's going to be an interesting one to watch, that's for sure. All right, let's see what happened to Caruth, because Caruth just dropped a ton of spots. Oh, yep. Jeb Burton got right up on his quarter panel, got him loose the same way Allgaier did to Austin Hill earlier. Yeah, the Gabe Hart files. Yep. Definitely the files we're going to be talking about for the next few months at least, probably. But those will be the only files we'll be discussing here on the channel because, as I've said on a number of occasions, I try my best to avoid getting into too deep into politics or political debates here on the channel. So, but yeah, as a Chris Gabehart, though, again, that lawsuit is going to be a rough one for him. I'm expecting that they might come to a settlement agreement of some kind. But oh no, big issue for the Hendrick cars. All three of the leaders, Corey Day gets Carson Kvapil sideways, finishes him off, and both of them end up in the fence, along with Justin Allgaier, who is also sending sparks all across the field. Three Junior Motorsports cars, all involved in sparking wrecks here. I mean, they are all leaving a trail of sparks and fire out behind them, as they are trying to make their way back to pit road. Man, what on earth actually happened to specifically to Allgaier? Because Allgaier was behind this, it looked like. But okay, it looks like maybe suspension might be broken on Allgaier's car. He might be done. The other two, hard to tell exactly where the damage is at this point, but yeah. There we go. Yeah, man. Yeah. There's a lot of damage for a lot of cars here. Again, the 1, the 7, and the 17 are the three main cars involved in this one. All right, there we go. Yeah. Day came up. Yeah, Day came up, wrecked. Oh yeah, he shoved Allgaier into the fence too with the tail of his car. But again, Corey Day, that was just bad. I mean, I don't care which. The first one I could chalk up to inexperience. This one, that's the kind of thing you just don't do, especially when it's your teammates. The last one as well also was not any kind of teammates or anything there. But man, that is a mess. There we go. Took 107 laps for Hill to take the lead. Yep, and now it's gonna be over. Yeah, the first one I could maybe have justified as a rookie mistake. This one though was just bad. And again, especially you got to be a little bit more gentle when it's your teammates that you're getting close to. We're doing pretty good here so far. Again, they're at commercial break as we are under our caution flag. You guys are not missing anything. All right. Just double checking everything, making sure everything is running smoothly. They being rushed up the rankings. Yeah, I probably would have had him if assuming that obviously the funding appears to be there. I would have had him take Raja Karuth's ride at the Spire Truck team. Make him do a full year of trucks before moving him up to Xfinity, or in this case O'Reilly Auto Parts. But again, he was already getting O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races before. Because I mean, Hendrick hasn't had a full time O'Reilly Auto Parts Series car in years. Yet they decided to do it for Corey Day of all people. Like they didn't do it for. They didn't do a full time Xfinity car for Chase Elliott, William Byron. None of these guys got a full time Xfinity Series ride with Hendrick Motorsports. They all just ended up taking a Junior Motorsports car. Why was it so important to have Corey Day in a Hendrick, specifically a Hendrick team car? I have absolutely no idea. If anyone has an answer to that, cool. Love to hear it. But yeah, that was a really rough wreck though for the Junior Motorsports camp. Again, all three of those cars come out of the same shop. There's no real secret there. But yeah, definitely no maybe about it. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And this race is all right. Again, no, the only two cautions so far for contact. And credit to them that the second stage did not take as long as that first stage did to clear. So they didn't burn up nearly as many laps on that one. Day is their development driver, so just feeding him with equipment and rushing him up. Again, though, and this is kind of my other question about why rush Corey Day up. You don't have an opening to move him into at the top level, so it's not like oh, we have an older guy that's going to be retiring soon, and we need to come up. We need to find a replacement for him. One, you have four. Junior Motorsports has 4 Xfinity cars with 3 young drivers in them. Yeah, because obviously Allgaier I don't think is going to be taking that spot a Hendrick Motorsports seat anytime soon. But Sammy Smith, Carson Quapple, Rajah Cruz, you got 3 young drivers that could take a spot in Hendrick equipment. But there's no Hendrick equipment at the Cup level open. Not for the next, 5 years? Outside of maybe Bowman, but again, Bowman, I think Bowman's been serviceable. I don't see any reason to get rid of Bowman yet. Alright, there we go. We're just chilling. Hopefully everybody's having a good time tonight. If you guys are, of course, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. They're back from the commercial break. We're getting ready to go ahead and talk about this one as Austin Hill is going to be leading to the green flag. So yeah, there we go. Again, we are chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. All right, here we go. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. All right, there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. But yeah, hey, that's pretty cool, buddy. My buddy that's down there working security is currently standing 6 feet from Dale Jr. But yeah, here comes Jesse Love on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get up there to go help his corporate teammate RCR. Jesse Love has steamrolled his way to the front. Here comes Austin Hill. Austin Hill gonna go ahead and be able to block both lanes, and that is gonna be a monster of a match here. And again, they spent all day trying to avoid this reality, but the RCR guys are pretty much inevitable at this point. What was the single zero doing up there? I know we've talked about double zero quite a bit, but single zero did a pretty good job getting up there. But Jesse Love is kind of falling back a bit because that outside line is really good. And yeah, he does not have the help on the bottom line that you would really want him to have. And as of right now, Austin Hill's not giving up the number 1 spot to go back and help his teammate. If he was second or third, he'd probably pop out of line to try and help his teammate along. But yeah, again, at least as of right now, Hill is not giving up the lead to go ahead and get there. All right, there we go. Again, let's say second, third, you've got Creed and Smith. So you got a couple of drivers in that second and third spot who really don't have any teammates left in the mix. Creed has one. It's in the form of Sam Mayer. He just has not been near the front for the last little while. Mayer is currently one lap down in 27th. So there we go. One of the scariest sightings for an O'Reilly Series driver. What? Austin Hill out in front of the field, or Jesse Love coming from the back, getting two RCR cars into the top 10. All right. So again, Austin Hill, most laps led on drafting tracks all time at the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series level. He has nearly 200 more than Dale Jr. And Jesse Love is in the top 5 now for laps led. Yeah. RCR leading both lanes. Yeah. The problem is that inside line up until now hasn't really been much of a lane at all. It's usually been a singular car on the bottom. But yeah, there is an inside line that has fully formed now. So at least we have 2 lanes of traffic. All right, there's the okay. So single zero is Garrett Smithley. All right, so 43 laps to go. Again, not an eternity left, but still certainly plenty of time. All right, let's see. Again, Love getting back up in line here, trying to maybe regroup this some energy here. Didn't even realize it was a zero. I noticed it because I saw the TV cameras had a picture-in-picture focused on the zero, and I was like, "That's not the double zero." Yeah, sometimes you just flat out don't even realize it until there. But yeah, Jeb Burton still holding on to the fastest lap of the day. Good on him, and yeah, showing the replay of the Junior Motorsports cars, talking with Carson Quapple, fighting for a win at the end, and got not Carson, Jeremy Clements goes around, caught, no caution. What? How is that not a caution? I mean, I'll take it because that's at least consistent with what we saw at Daytona, but what? I didn't even realize Ware was in the field until he got lapped. Yep. I believe it is Cody Ware, by the way. I believe we had that confirmed earlier. I can double check that, but yeah, that is. Yep, Cody Ware tonight. No Carson Ware in the field. But yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, Carson Ware is not in the race. Yeah, again, it was Cody Ware, not Carson. But yeah, I thought for sure that was about to be a caution flag. And yep, there we go. Caution flag flies. What's this one for now? Oh, look. Debris. Probably off of the 51 car. Oh, or maybe Cody Ware. It looks like Cody Ware's got some sparks coming out of his car. But yeah, debris on the front stretch. Oh yeah, that was okay. So it was from the 30, not the 51. But yeah, I forget Cody has a brother. Me too. And then he goes and beats up a woman, and we get reminded that he does have a brother. And that's an actual thing. Again, if you can read the police reports for yourself, but yeah, he definitely is not a respectful guy there. We just needed to talk about Cody. Yeah, absolutely. All right, and once again, just watching. So we're talking with Allgaier here. Put us in there. Riding along. Unfortunately, you are just getting there. Only options to go low, and that just bit of damage was enough to break it. All right, so yeah, again, Allgaier sounds pretty much like how you'd expect. Like just say it wasn't a lot of damage, but it was enough damage in the right spots that he is done for the day here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, and Austin Hill getting right up behind the pace car. Is he trying to Is he trying to draft off the pace car or something? But yeah, caution flag flies. But yeah, that one not nearly as bad as the no call for caution on the final lap of the 500, but kind of surprised at that. Again, maybe I just need to see it again, but I thought for sure that the 51 hit the inside wall. Maybe he just barely kissed it, but yeah, again, spins like that usually and used to bring out a lot of caution flags, but hey, again, if this is gonna be how we're gonna operate going forward, I'm all for it, as long as we stay consistent. That has been the thing I've asked for when it comes to this kind of stuff a lot. All right, so again, 37 laps into this stage. We are 127 laps into the race out of 163 total laps for a 250 lap race, or 250 mile race here. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. As 2311 saved the finish of the 500. Again, and this is my argument, and I try to make this argument as consistent as I can every time there's a no call in the 500. I don't really care about a yellow saving or not saving the finish of the race. If a caution needs to come out, it is for a safety reason. And yeah, we got a great finish out of it, but again, there were drivers wrecked on track. I mean, let me see if I can get the photo on the screen. All right, there we go. All right, let me see if I can get the photo up here real quick, so I can show you guys what I saw from. And I saw this on social media afterwards. I don't remember how visible it was on the TV coverage, so I don't I certainly don't blame anybody who was arguing for it in the heat of the moment, like when it was happening. But add image, media source. Okay, there we go. Something. And files. That file not download? Okay. You're looking for a different kind of file? Alright, let's see if we can find just an image instead of a media source. Let's see if we can just find. Yeah, there we go. Boom. So, yeah, so this was the scene down in turns 3 and 4 that they decided was not worthy of a caution flag. Just saying. That incident right there should be textbook. This is a caution flag. Yeah, if it ends the race early, if it ruins the race, yeah, you can be upset about it. It's still the right call. Probably. Again, if we're going with consistency and this is the way it's going to be going forward, we should say, and at least based on what they've done tonight, I'll say that they definitely seem to be trending in the right direction. But that right there should definitely be a caution in 99% of situations. Maybe we're in the 1% of situations, but let's see. There we go. Looked at it both ways. Reddick was going full speed into turn 1. Yeah, again. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said coming off of turn 2 was, okay, are they going to let them race it out amongst themselves until there's a clear leader? Once there's a clear leader, throw the caution flag and declare it. So essentially they have a chance to try and definitively decide amongst themselves. Because they were side by side at the time of the caution. I can understand, okay, wanting to avoid a controversy of, oh, who was at a time of caution? Let them race it to the back straight away, then throw the caution flag once there's a clear leader. But then Chase Elliott got clear out in front of the field, and they still never threw it. So that was kind of, yeah, that was my initial thought process there, was just something I was keeping an eye on. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go. Green flags out. We are racing here. All right, so let's see. Again, 32 32 laps to go here as Austin Hill will take the lead. And here comes Jesse Love on the inside of the field. I don't know what Zane was thinking, backing off from Elliott that much. Yeah, again, it's just one of those things that, again, you're going to have to keep up with if you're going to try and be a contender here in the Cup Series, which, again, Zane Smith, he's still young, still figuring it out. So, yeah, there we go. Alright, there we go. Again, right now, 31 laps to go, and you've got both RCR cars out in front of the field. But yeah, because like initially when you just look at it as okay, the 71, the 77, and Eric Jones, all three spun down the infield. It's like okay, none of them have major damage. They can probably all get it back going, but then they end up sliding back up into the racing surface, and there was much more carnage. And yeah, again at that point, the caution flag should have been thrown. So again, I will put it past me again if we start to get some consistency of okay, we're not going to call stuff anymore. But let's see. All right, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. But yeah, Austin Hill and Jesse Love leading the field at Daytona. Or sorry, I was getting so back in the swing of Daytona. We've got the Atlanta Motor Speedway Super Speedway race here, and again, the two RCR cars just dominating the field as per usual here. A lot of cars out of the race at this point. Again, both Sieg brothers out early. Perkins, Burton, Gase, Allgaier, Quapple all out of the race. And here we go. Jesse Love looking to the bottom on his teammate, trying to make a pass for the lead. Gonna see if he can go ahead and get this one from his teammate. My guess is that he's gonna come up short here, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Oh, here comes Sheldon Creed out of a cannon. Sheldon Creed comes shot out of a cannon, looking for the lead, takes it from Austin Hill. They got the battling side by side, and there they go. Whew. That was big there. All right, so here we go. 26 laps to go, though. Again, Austin Hill and his teammate, though, are still dangerous in second place. I get that it's not the lead of the race, but it's something to keep an eye on here. 19 lead changes so far, 34 caution laps amongst only 5 cautions. So the average length of a caution there is what, like 7 laps of caution per yellow, and we've had a couple of short ones here. Oh, okay. So, yeah, the 21 got really loose shortly before that pass was made. And now the 21's trying to go to the middle lane. Ooh, bold strategy there. Going to the middle line here. And Ross Chastain from the bottom line is going to take the lead here for Jordan Anderson Racing. Could this be the first win? I believe it would be the first win for Jordan Anderson. I don't think, because I think they had Tyler Reddick for a race or two, but I don't believe they got a win with Tyler Reddick back in that one. And as Rajah Caruth kisses the wall there as he gets really loose too. But here comes the 2-car Jesse Love looking to try and take second place away. Yeah, this race is on. And so the race for the front of the field is on. You've got Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, the 2 RCR cars, and a host of other hungry drivers all looking and waiting to see if they can take advantage of this one here. All right, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. But again, right now, the 2 of Jesse Love and the 21 of Hill are side by side right now, which is gonna make it a little bit tough for them to try and. I mean, granted, they're both strong enough cars to where they can probably go ahead and suffice on their own, but spin and crash! The big one in Atlanta! Massive spin and crash behind the 45 of LeVar Scott, the 48 of Staropoli. Other cars involved as well. Taylor Gray gets a big piece of it. Yeah, I think everybody expected that there was something coming there. Man, LeVar Scott getting a big piece of that one in the Alpha Prime car. The 8 car, the lone remaining there's only one Junior Motorsports car left, and it is the 88. Oh, the 17 actually is back out there. Oh, please tell me the 17 did not cause this one. Because the 17 right there. Okay, nope. 17 did not cause it. He was right there with it. Yeah, so the 54 Taylor Gray. Looks like the 18 got involved in it. Who's that black and yellow car on the bottom? Nick Lights in the 42 car involved. A lot of cars involved here. Yeah, the 8 lost it. Yeah, the 8 got loose, and then the 54 just pushing on it. Yep. The 19 was involved. The 91 involved. Again, it will be a minute before we get a full list of cars involved. The 88 also narrowly escaping that one. The 44 of Brennan Poole gets out of that one just barely, I think. Say, if Brennan Poole did get out of that one, it is going to be barely, but scrapes by. He's going to need to come to pit road. The 02 of Ryan Ellis was the black and yellow car I was trying to find. So, again, a lot of drivers involved in this one, and yeah, it was just one of those where the 8 and the 88 had gotten together there. And so the 8 just put the 88 up in the fence there as the 88 was trying to sneak around the outside shortly before the wreck. Again, the fact that the 88 of Carruth in 12th place is the only remaining Junior Motorsports in-house Junior Motorsports car is a pretty big surprise there. 20 laps to go. 20 more times around here. And Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, Jesse Love, and Brandon Jones leading the front of the field. This is going to be interesting, that's for sure. All right, well, let's go ahead and skip around ads, and yeah, we'll be getting ready for the restart here. Jeb Burton still holding on to that fastest lap award. Again, must have laid down a really hot lap there. Nick Sanchez up in the top 10 still. Good job on him. Dean Thompson in the 26, proving that why he is in one of those cars, although I would still argue that I think the Truck Series champion should have been in a Toyota O'Reilly Auto Parts Series car this year, but that's apparently not. Apparently, that is not my decision to make. Alright, so yeah, there we go. Alright, yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, let's see. Again, they're talking with, so they're showing Austin Hill's press conference from the Daytona Speedweeks there. Would have Outheim in would have Outheim. I'm assuming meant to say put Heim in the 26, not Thompson. Who got the? I don't know. I would probably have gone Heim over Burton and kept Dean Thompson. So I think Thompson and Heim is a better duo than Thompson and than Tom. I think Thompson and Heim makes a better duo than Heim and Burton. Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say I read that a couple times because I was like, okay, maybe I'm just being dumb, but then I was like, oh wait, no, O is really O is next to P on the keyboard. Definitely could just be a fat fingered moment. We all have a couple of those, so yeah, no worries. Someone in our group chat just legitimately picked Riley Herbst. One second, I gotta figure out what earth is going on man, Riley Herbst. Why? Do not understand selecting Riley Herbst over any of these. All right, let's see. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Again, it is 7:30 Eastern Standard Time here, as we are working our way through this one. Hopefully, we are all having a good time here. Uh, I have one of the Penske guys winning it. I believe I went with, who did I go with? Let me see if I thought to write down the picks as we were doing them earlier. If not, I'm gonna have to go through them. Let's see. Yeah, I went with Logano, I believe. Yeah, I went with Joey Logano. So yeah, I will have to update my list sometime tomorrow or the day after. There we go. Again, we are chilling. Let's see. All right, here we go. Ryan Ellis, Sammy Smith, William Sawalch, Giovanni Ruggiero, Nick Lights, Brennan Poole, LeVar Scott, Patrick Staropoli, Taylor Gray, and one other that I didn't get through on that list. That were involved in that crash. I believe that was the 88 was the one name I didn't get to on that one. The 88 of man, that was a that was a mess. But we're getting ready for the restart here. I'm kind of curious to see when it comes to choose cone. You chat as a Chastain and Creed have got to take the two front row positions, correct? Then if I'm Austin Hill and Jesse Love, I'm lining up together on the bottom lane because the bottom lane's been opening up more and more. That way, the two of you can maybe make a three wide move for the lead, while the other two battle side by side. That would be my strategy here if I'm Austin Hill and Jesse Love. Now, if the two both take the outside or both take the inside for some stupid reason, I think you could very much see a very different story here. And obviously, the two RCR cars just take the first two spots in the open lane. But again, if I'm Chastain and Creed, first and foremost, I gotta both of them. I gotta take the front row. I cannot let an RCR car on that front row. But here we go. Are you kidding me? They both went top, allowing the RCR cars to go bottom? Are you kidding me? What are you thinking, Sheldon Creed? What are you thinking? I apologize if that was really loud because I got really close to the mic there for a minute. But what on earth is Sheldon Creed thinking here? Alright, here we go. Oh, man, that is stupid. To give the RCR cars, both of them lined up together, the front two spots on the inside line. I mean, that has got to be the dumbest thing I've seen in a while. And I've seen some Corey Day wrecks tonight. And yes, I did have to take that shot. Sorry, Corey Day, if you ever end up seeing this, although I highly doubt you'll see this. But if you do, sorry, but yeah, you've made a couple of mistakes tonight. Alright, so here we go. Pace car will be pulling down onto pit road here shortly, leaving the field in the hands of Ross Chastain and Austin Hill, of all people. Alright, here we go. Green flag is out. We are racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the RCR duo on the inside, 14 laps to go. All they need to do is be able to get a good push. Now, Sheldon Creed with a good push on the back bumper of Ross Chastain is able to get out in front. Oh, we might have another caution flag coming. There is a car sparking out the back. Now, I doubt the sparks alone cause it. But if that is signs of a flat tire or something else, and he ends up spinning around in front of those people, that could be really bad. But again, that inside line going pretty well. And ooh, some smoke coming out of the front of the 88 there, it looked like, for a moment. That's another not good sign. But yeah, Ross Chastain, Austin Hill out in front of the field here. And more smoke coming out of that 88 car. Again, everybody kind of just backing up a little bit from that 88 car. 88 makes the move underneath Jeb Burton, trying to make some moves to try and jump up a couple spots here. All right, there we go. Alright, so again, right now, so far the top line has been able to hold the RCR cars at bay. Oh, when we got a tire going down for the 88, big hit into the outside wall goes the 92. The 92 goes around, big hit, caution flag flies. Oh man, that was a big hit, and we will get another restart here. This time, Hill and Love won't necessarily be able to line up together. If I wait, oh, we're gonna have to see because some stuff is getting shuffled around here. Jesse Love. Okay, if I'm Creed, you have to pick whatever lane Jesse Love takes. You do not let those two line up again together. You were bailed out and got another shot. Man, but yeah, that was a nuts crash there. Again, at first I thought the 88 was going to cause it because he ended up stepping way out there, but he ends up hanging on to it. And then, yeah, the 92 after contact from the 41 car, the matching lime green cars came together, and Josh Williams was along for the ride at that point. Oh, man. That was an insane hit. Again, glad to see the drivers. As I believe I saw at least one of the drivers out of the car already. You never want to see these drivers injured in a big wreck like that. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, we're gonna have to see what on earth is gonna happen here. So, looks like they are reshuffling it, and it is gonna be the same starting order, at least for the front four. It's gonna be the same order they were in last time. So, Chastain and Creed 1, 2, Hill and Love then getting to choose what they want to do. Again, if I'm most of these people in this situation, they are gonna red flag it. So that Rajah Caruth team are gonna have to stop work immediately when that red flag comes out. And yep, there it is. The NASCAR official coming over the wall to let them know, and we are officially under the red flag. Alright, so yeah, we're under the red flag here for a wreck at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna head up. I'm gonna head out for just a minute. I will be right back, guys. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, hard hit for the 92. Yeah, that it was. All right, they are back from commercial break. We are back, and we will be Looks like the red flag is about to get lifted. Wins on drafting tracks. Austin Hill 11. Jesse Love 2. Chastain 1. No other, zero career wins for Sheldon Creed. And 0 wins on drafting tracks for Brandon Jones. Alright, so again, the red has been lifted, going back to a yellow flag condition here. So we will be pacing, and it will be time to decide what is going to happen here for the finish of the race. If you are, again, Sheldon Creed, do not do that move again. Again, you managed to hang on for what? We were green for what? 2 laps? Please do not do that again. Alright, so yeah, we're getting ready for this one. Bad news for the field day in the top 10. Yep, well, that might be a good news for them if Hill and Love get out in front, because that'll mean more attempts to try and get around them, which, again, only 9 laps to go. It's going to be a short run to the finish, no matter what it is. So, hopefully Chastain and Creed can get a good run going, but if Love and Hill can get this thing going on the bottom together, that's going to be really not good. So, here we go. Yeah, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. All right. Just trying to breathe here for a little bit. Just getting ready. We've got ourselves a very chaotic restart coming up. Chastain started 36th on the day. Was up into the top 10 through stage 1 and was 11th in stage 2 and currently leading the race for Jordan Anderson Racing. Let's go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time, as we are getting settled in here and ready to rock and roll. Again, the anticipation is absolutely palpable, even in my basement, miles away from the racetrack. But yeah, we are again getting ready for this one. The choose cone here is going to be important. Fitting scheme for Ross Chastain. Yeah, say the outside kind of looking like a watermelon. Yep. All right. And there's Jordan Anderson, the team owner, who brought the 32 home inside the top 5 1 week ago at Daytona. now sitting on top of the pit box watching his car leading at Daytona, or at Atlanta, I mean, with a chance to win the race. I mean, he'll be stoked regardless, but man, one could just imagine that Jordan Anderson, the driver, would be a little bit, bit miffed at a little bit disappointed at the fact that he wouldn't have been the driver to win that one. Are you kidding me? He's gonna do it again. Wait. 1 second. What is Jesse Love thinking? Not going with his teammate? Okay, there's a lot of idiocy out here. Sheldon Creed left open the bottom for Hill to take the front row spot, but then Jesse Love proceeds to not go with his teammate. What on earth? What on earth is the decision making around here? Like, what? Did they go to the Carson Ware School of Decision Making? Alright, here we go. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here. Alright, here we go. We're getting ready to go back racing here. We are backed up a little bit from live, but here we go. Green flag's out. We are racing here with 6 laps to go at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here it is. The green flag is out. Ross Chastain and Sheldon Creed once again getting a nice hooked up push on that outside line. And here comes Jesse Love going to give an added push. I guess maybe this would be the way to try and pass his teammate? I'm trying to see what Jesse Love is thinking here. Like, yeah, if all 3 of them got clear, Jesse Love could pull down in front of his teammate, and then he could lead his teammate to the front of the field. But, man, there's not a lot of time for something like that to try and develop, and that is a risky maneuver. Here we go. Ross Chastain trying to block both lanes here, going down to the bottom to stop Austin Hill. Sparks still coming out from underneath the 88 car here. But again, this outside line starting to pull away. 5 laps to go, so 4.5 as they go through 3 and 4. And, getting 3 wide up the middle goes Nick Sanchez, starting to make himself known. Nick Sanchez, one of the few Fords in the field, powering his way up through the field. Here comes Jeb Burton coming to the back bumper of the, I believe that is the 2 of Jesse Love that is about to get a nice push here. Nick Sanchez down in front of, and here comes Jesse Love to the outside, and Austin Hill surging on the inside. There is a lot of RCR at the front of the field. Hard to block them all. And so far, Ross Chastain has done that. But 3 wide with an RCR car at the top and an RCR car at the bottom. It is going to be tough. And the RCR cars, they have done it pretty well here. Again, Ross Chastain continues to block both lines of traffic here. And now here comes Sheldon Creed on the very top line here. But as of right now, you've got Jesse Love and Austin Hill have found each other's front and rear bumpers, lined up together to try and make a push. Ross Chastain down to block. Yeah, 2 laps remaining. 2 more times to go here. So 2 laps to go. Austin Hill goes up to the top to maybe try and find a push from Creed. Now jumps down back in front of his teammate Jesse Love. To the lead of the race goes Austin Hill. Everybody's worst nightmare, Austin Hill, leading at a super speedway. He stepped out a little bit there. White flag, 1 lap to go. Austin Hill in front of the field. And the 32 looks like it is going to be a painstaking second place finish here for Ross Chastain if he is not able to find something down the back straightaway here. Half a lap to go. Oh! Big move! There goes Austin Hill! Hill goes around. He saves it, but it is not going to be a win. Sheldon Creed. Everything he could have ever asked for. And he gets really lucky, but that first career win is going to feel great. Sheldon Creed, first career win. Retzloff, Sanchez, Corey Day, and Jesse Love, the top 5. What a fun top 5. Sheldon Creed. I still don't agree with his decision making on those restarts, but man, he made it work. Sheldon Creed wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway. First career win. Everybody going up to give him love taps. Here comes his teammate to go ahead and give him a love tap. Again, a driver who has had so many so closes. And there even Austin Hill driving up to go ahead and give him a thumbs up there right before it. But man, yeah, if it wasn't for Ross Chastain wrecking the 21 car, we would not have had this finish. And yeah, there we go. Sheldon Creed, first career win. A lot of people always say that first win is always the hardest, but man, he worked so hard and for so long to go ahead and try and go for it. Sheldon Creed gets this one done. Well done, Sheldon. Again, if you guys are just here for the race recap, or for the race reaction, this one is over. And yeah, we're going to stay live and we'll cover what Austin Hill is going to say because I really want to hear what he has to say. We'll also go through the full finishing order as per usual. But if you guys just came for the race reaction, hopefully you guys had a good night. And I will see you guys tomorrow in the NASCAR Cup Series race at about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, Sheldon Creed climbing out of his car, that is going to be an emotional interview as well. Now the wins are going to flow in. Yeah, again, once you get that first win out of the way, especially with how hard it's been for Creed, those wins are going to start to flow in here. But yeah, this is actually so happy for Creed. Me too. Again, Sheldon Creed, he's been going at this for so long, and he's been so close. He's had so many shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and now he's got the race-winning cap. Giving fist bumps to the team, and yeah, let's go ahead and see what he's gonna say here. So many years, Sheldon Creed. Does it feel as good as you imagined? And so let's see. What's he going to say? Incredible. I've been a loser and kept showing up. Hey, Dave, how's it going? That is a good race. Yeah, that it was. Joe Gardner himself has finally done it. Yeah. Go and win the races and Xfinity and go winless. Again, he's a former Truck Series champion. So, I mean, he's not a driver without talent, but man, without what Ross did, there would have been no shot. Road Ranger Pit Boss Gene Haas giving thanks to everybody. He said on the radio, coming to the final restart, you wanted to restart fourth. Did it play out like you say? There's no shot. Yeah, it never plays out how you draw it up. I want to know how you drew it up. I genuinely want to know how you drew it up that starting second place on the outside line was the right choice. It got you there in the end, but there has to have been a better way to have decided that. There he goes, collecting his first checkered flag of his Xfinity Series career, and here we go. As Austin Hill started really bad, ran through the field, got to the lead late, and just couldn't hold on. I mean, we had a fast Chevy all day. And a few things that, looking back on that, that's different. When I go to the leadoff two, I might have got a little too far out ahead. I believe is what he's going to say. Yeah, a little too far out. What about that save, huh? The save was insane. Yeah, that it was. That it was, Austin. Now, what if he chose the bottom again? Yeah, maybe it doesn't work out as well, but yeah, still, I think the right call was still to choose the bottom there, regardless. So yeah, there we go. The amount of Cup drivers that can run the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, you'll see him a number of times throughout the season. Does it warrant a conversation? Okay, hey, I'll admit it. Austin Hill is actually handling this fairly maturely. Well, yeah. Love not going with the 21. I do not understand that. There we go. All right. Well, as per usual, though, we will go through the full finishing order now that we've completed all the interviews and gone through all the interviews that I really wanted to hear or see. And yeah, let's see. So again, Sheldon Creed, the winner. We've talked about it. Great day for him. Parker Retzloff. Where was he at Daytona? He was top 5 at Daytona, I believe. I got to see exactly what spot. Is this back-to-back runner-up finishes for Retzloff? No. Okay, no, it was maybe it was Ryan Ellis I was thinking of. But yeah, Parker Retzloff with a second place finish tonight. Nick Sanchez third. Some great days for some of the young guys. Corey Day ends up 4th after all that. Come on, man. Jesse Love comes home in the top 5 after his decision that probably cost him any shot at the win. Ross Chastain comes home 6th. 7th will be Sam Mayer. 8th, Rajah Caruth. 9th will be Taylor Gray. And Brandon Jones rounds out your top 10. Then you got Dean Thompson in the 11th position. Austin Hill coming home 12th. 13th for Patrick Staropoli. 14th will be Garrett Smithley in the number 0 car. Josh Bilicki comes home 15th. 16th for Jeb Burton, who I believe still held on to the fastest lap award of the day. So good job for Jeb. Chad Fincham coming home 17th. 18th will be Nick Lights. And 19th will be the last car on the lead lap, which was Brennan Poole. After the wreck he was involved in, that is not too bad. Luke Fenhaus, the first car 1 lap down, comes home in the 20th position, driving car number 5. Austin Green also 1 lap down in 21st place. Ryan Ellis coming home in the 22nd position, 2 laps off the pace, following up a really good run at Daytona with a really rough Atlanta. It kind of balances itself out, but man, Ryan Ellis had such a good week last week. William Sawalich comes home 23rd, 2 laps off the pace. Giovanni Ruggiero also 3 laps off the pace for him in 24th. And Anthony Alfredo in the 96 car will round out your top 25 as he finishes 3 laps shy of the checkered flag. Mason Maggio coming home 26th, 8 laps off the pace. Josh Williams parks it 27th in the 27th position, 12 laps short of the checkered flag after that hard hit. Glad to see he was checked and released from the infield care center. LeVar Scott comes home 28th, 13 laps off the pace. Jeremy Clements 14 laps off the pace in 29th. And Sammy Smith will round out your top 30, 22 laps shy of the checkered flag. Then you got, all right, here we go, final 8. We got Cody Ware, 43 laps off the pace in 31st. Carson Kvapil, 32nd, 57 laps off the pace. Justin Allgaier, also 57 laps short of the checkered flag, comes home 33rd. 34th, we got Joey Gase coming home 124 laps off the pace. As I watching that love tap from Mayer to Creed. Mayer getting some wins last year, this year. Sheldon Creed time. Harrison Burton coming home 155 laps off the pace in 35th. 36th for Blaine Perkins, coming home 157 laps off the checkered flag. And then the Sieg brothers, dead last and second to dead last. And the lap numbers don't make a whole lot of sense here. Ryan Sieg 37th, Kyle Sieg 38th. But for some reason, Ryan Sieg is ahead despite finishing one lap further behind the race than his brother. Ryan Sieg 159 laps down in 37th, and Kyle Sieg rounding out the field in 38th place, 158 laps behind the race. Must have been some sort of glitch there, but yeah, again, that was an insane one for Hill. They're going to show this replay again. Oh, no. I guess this is the full replay of the run, but yeah, that was an insane save by Austin Hill. And great car control, just goes to show how good of a driver he is. Yeah, which, again, I don't think anyone's ever debated how good of a driver he is. It's just his decision-making. Yeah, but that was just insane. Yeah. All right, well, I am going to hop off of here. Hopefully you guys had a good night. If you guys did enjoy this race, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. But, of course, until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. Live stream, whatever you decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!